So if you are watching my channel, there is a very high likelihood that you have some knowledge of attachment styles. If you are not familiar with attachment styles, there are four. And you can do your research on this because I am no expert by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm going to speak on this from my vantage point, okay? From my limited knowledge. I am not suggesting that I am some sort of expert on the subject. Disclaimer, okay? All right, so what I have learned, there are four attachment styles. There is a secure attachment style. There is anxious attachment style. There is avoidant attachment style. And there is disorganized, which is a combination between an anxious attacher and an avoidant attacher. Now, the goal is to be securely attached, obviously, right? Or is it obvious? But there is a lot of us that's on the spectrum of either being anxiously attached, avoidant, or a combination of those two as disorganized. For me, I have been more of an avoidant attacher, although I think it's possible that I have swung between the two of being anxiously attached and avoidant. And I learned about this actually after the last relationship that I was in that you're going to hear me talk a lot about this last relationship because this relationship has been such a huge teacher to me. So forgive me if I bore you talking about this last person that I dated, but the lessons are paramount. And so I'm going to share that on this channel and even from other relationships. Like I've learned so much about myself. I appreciate every person that I have dated, even the marriage that I was in. I appreciate it all. It has served me well. So, in the last relationship that I was in, I believe this partner was more of an anxious attacher because when it comes to affection, or when it came to affection, rather, he would pour it on thick. Like he was the one that wants to hold your hand. He want multiple kisses throughout the day. He want a hug. He want to, and it was nice. But for me, someone who is more on the avoidance spectrum of things, when we're talking, attachment styles, it was a lot. And I'd find myself pushing this person away. And it got so bad that I had to really question it. Like I had to really do my homework. I'm like, okay, this doesn't seem normal. Because I would watch other couples that would be together and would hold hands and share a kiss or whatever. And they didn't seem to have any issues with their partners being super affectionate. I mean, especially the ladies, they seemed like they really loved it. And here I am. If he asked me for a peck, I'm looking at him like, like he just asked me to do something really bad. It's like, you know, any excuse would do at that point. Because I'm like, I'm good. I'm cool. But I had to ask the question. Like, I had to really try to understand what was happening because this was going and did affect the relationship between me and this person because now he's thinking that I'm not attracted to him. And again, this is a past relationship, but at the time, it really made him question whether or not I was attracted to him. It had nothing to do with that, but it had everything to do with how I felt when he especially when he poured it on thick. And the crazy part was, I noticed that if I could get past that wall, if I could get past the point of wanting to run away, I really enjoyed him. I really enjoyed our time together. But it was just getting past that wall. And that was often difficult to do. And sometimes it would take for me to have, a little something, something to drink, like a little wine or something to kind of relax me so that I wasn't pushing this person away so much. And I don't know if I'm saying too much. I'm just telling you that's how it was for me. Now, the real reason why I wanted to really bring up the anxious attachment style is because I've not only seen the anxious avoidant tendency just show up in relationships that were romantic, but I've experienced it, with family. It could be even years ago where I experienced even with my kids. And that might sound real cruel, but when we're talking about capacity and we're talking about the nervous system, the nervous system is not differentiating between you having a child loving on you and it being your partner. And so I've dealt with this in a lot of different ways, but I want to highlight some of the other ways that avoidant tendencies have shown up in my life. Avoidant tendencies has a lot to do with not wanting to set boundaries with people, not wanting to say no. That's an avoidant tendency. Allowing people to run over your boundaries because you wanting to save the relationship, because you don't want to experience a disappointment of maybe someone deciding that they don't want to be friends with you, or that don't want to be in association with you anymore because you've decided, hey, this is a non negotiable for me. And if you cross that boundary, I'm going to have to withdraw myself. To not want to stand up for yourself in that way is an avoidant tendency. Not wanting to apply for the job or the promotion, not starting that business, not getting on YouTube when you know you want to record a video or you want to start the channel. Those are examples of avoidant tendencies. And this is just a few of the ways that that tendency has shown up in my life. And it has cost me a lot. It has cost me promotions. It has stopped me from starting the coaching practice that I know that I've wanted to have. It has stopped me from recording myself and posting it on YouTube in times past. It has stopped me from writing and publishing the book that I've wanted to write for so many years. It has cost me a lot. Avoidant tendencies has been such a huge impact on my life. And I have had to take a stance to start the process of unraveling that tendency by noticing those moments when I'm being avoidant, when I'm about to say yes, when I really want to say no, when I'm about to excuse that person for crossing that line, when I know I want to do that thing, but then I stop because I don't want to feel the feeling. YouTube has been part of that journey for me. It's time out for that. Not wanting to necessarily tell my age, but I have a birthday this month and a milestone coming up next year. And I said to myself, I am not going to continue to function in this way and stop myself from living a life that is truly a life of my desires because I am avoiding a feeling. Now, let me be clear. This process has not been something that I have been able to just, hey, I'm no longer avoiding. It's not been that simple. But what I have decided to do is incrementally, and I've said this word before, incrementally, I've begun to show myself that it's safe for me to do the thing, whatever that thing is, to set the boundary, to say no when I want to say yes, to apply for the position, to get on YouTube and record a video, to say I can no longer be inside of this relationship, even though I love you so much, but this hurts and I've got to look out for me. I've had to take a stance that I'm no longer going to override what it is that I desire because I am trying to either appease someone else or avoid a feeling that I don't want to have because I haven't built capacity for it. Now, that's a whole other conversation. So, I want to challenge you today to examine your life and really notice those moments when you are avoiding taking the action that you know you want to take or you know you need to take to become more aware of moments where you might be having an avoidant tendency, when your yes needs to become a no, when you want to set the standard for how someone is going to treat you, when you have to get out of that relationship because it's just not satisfying, it's not in alignment with who you are, when you want to interview for that position, when you want to start that business, when you want to do whatever. Start noticing those moments. And if you don't yet quite have capacity for taking that step, it's okay. One small step. What is one small step that you can take that gets you moving towards doing the thing? Just one small step. That's all it takes. But don't let avoidant tendencies stop you from having the life that you truly desire. Don't allow it to stop you from experiencing love in its fullness. Don't allow it to stop you from standing in your power, from standing up for you, from receiving the blessings that are waiting for you to simply say yes to the thing, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, only you know what it is, but whatever it is, don't allow it to stop you. Okay? Want to talk more about this? Don't forget there is a comment section. I am new to YouTube, but don't be afraid to talk to me. I want to get to know you. I want to know how you feel. I want to know what topics you really want to talk about. Hey, who knows? I might have a little something that I can say on that, okay? All right, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you have a blessed one.